Good evening, everyone. This is part one of a series of videos I'm gonna do about the market, and this is starting. We're starting with the futures, and we're starting with the S&P 500 futures. So here we go. This is a rising wedge that I've been following, the bearish rising wedge that I've been talking about, and we have pierced through it. We came back in it. Let me go ahead and zoom in real quick. There you go. So uh, we pierced through it. We came back in it um, yesterday, or I should say Thursday. We we came out of it and we stayed out of it. Now this red candle right here, the last one. This is actually the overnight trading that's going on right now. Right now we're down. Overnight we're down point 50%, 0.5%. So here's the thing. We have been in this trading range for, including the one that is going on right now, for 13 days in a row. 13 days um, is actually a magic number, not because Friday the 13th or whatever, but because 13 is one of the Fibonacci numbers. Anyhow, um, here's the main thing that I wanted to say. Um, Even though we're in this price range, it's bouncing back and forth, I'm actually starting to turn a little bullish because uh, we have been, and this is this right here. Actually, let me change the color of this one so you can see a little better. Okay, this blue line right here is the downtrend line from the peak in 2007. Now we have been above that trend line for over 2 weeks now, and we may just come down, back test this downtrend line, and then we might we may even actually come back down to test this lower yellow line right here, support line, and we may actually shoot out to 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 make a new direction, a new trend. So, but we won't know until next week because of what's going on um, with the elections and all that. So I do think that we're gonna have a little correction, but we're just gonna have a little, not even a correction. We may just have a little counter trend pullback, and that's about it. The next one that I want, the next future index that I wanted to show you is the NQ, which is the um, Nasdaq futures, or the Nasdaq 100. And on the Nasdaq, we are also in this rising wedge, but also we're in this um, channel on the way up. Now, the Nasdaq, or the NDX, which is the Nasdaq 100, has been the strongest sector. The technology obviously has been the strongest sector. Now, if you go ahead and zoom in closer, we have been bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We haven't broken this. We haven't broken this rising wedge like we've done in the S&P, and we also have done it in the Dow Jones and the um, the small caps. But this red line is the overnight trading, and it looks like we're actually going to do it now because it's all the way at the peak over here. Um, it's not as bearish anymore. But like I said before, because we have been above this downtrend line from this right here downtrend line, which comes from the 2007 highs, we have been over already above it for so long. Um, this is actually starting to be a bullish, starting to turn into a bullish trend. So we will see what happens in the next few days and what happens next week. But until then, I'll be watching this very closely.